Hello, my name is Rachel Fisher, and I'm here tonight on the red carpet with Bionic Buzz, celebrating the 51st Daytime Emmys. We are celebrating not only the actors and actresses that are on set themselves, but also the creators behind the camera putting it all together. Stay tuned for interviews to come. So I have to ask you both, working on this amazing project, what was it like kind of facing the nostalgia of the actual Cabbage Patch Kids?
I mean, we grew up with them. My sisters had a ton of them. My mother used to make clothes for them. It's such a beloved, piece of pop culture that we're really honored to be able to tell its story.
And it's exciting too because Cabbage Patch Kids were really unique. They were the first to kind of make what they call a doll unique and one of a kind. So they were dolls of different ethnicities. They were they had the ability to adopt the doll. So even if you were a boy, you could adopt the doll and be like a little father. So it was just really a breakthrough in the toy industry and the way that they were designed.
Definitely. And I guess putting together this film too, is there any way that you kind of thought, like, how do I get this right?
Yeah. I mean, anytime you make a movie, that's really kind of what you're going through, especially when it's a documentary. You really want to make sure you get it right. And, we were really fortunate that we were able to get an interview with Xavier Roberts, who is the creator of Cabbage Patch Kids, who hadn't done an interview in maybe 25 years or so. So it was great to be able to sit down with him and find out all kinds of secrets, like why he signed the rear end of every baby that they made, and just some great insights that we got that we wouldn't have been able to get otherwise. Yeah.
Very cool. And Brenda, I got to ask you too, what was it like actually having him on set and have the opportunity to actually interview him?
Well, it was great because he brought a lot of insight into the history of how the dolls were created, what art inspired him to make the dolls, and you find from the film he was inspired by another woman named Martha Nelson Thomas, and we get to learn about her story too. So it's really an inspiring story about art and how it can change culture really when it hits the mainstream.
Beautiful. And one last question for you both. What is one advice you have for young filmmakers who are looking to step into documentary?
Oh, well, that's a good question. I think the biggest thing for me is just trying to find things that you're passionate about, because those are the things that you'll naturally just follow, and you won't think too much about the process. You'll just go and do it, and that's really the most important thing, I think. Yeah.
I love it. Brenda, anything to add?
100%. It has to be your passion because it's a lot of work. It has to be a labor of love, and it has to be something you're genuinely interested in because you have to go in and try to uncover all the different pieces, and it's labor intensive, but it's a labor of love.
So Michelle, you're nominated tonight. How does it feel?
Oh, it's very, very exciting. We're so proud of this show, and it's just so wonderful to be recognized by our peers.
I love it. And I have to ask you, what was your favorite moment working on set?
Now you've stumped me because every time I walk away, so I've been working on the series for 10 years. We've had 20 seasons. I've worked on all 20 of them. And every season there's just something more interesting and more exciting, and I walk away with these great stories. And just how excited the actors are to be there, and you can really tell how happy they are to be paired with their peers or their friends or somebody they haven't seen in many years, and really the benefit that the audience gets to hear these conversations that they're just literally not going to hear anywhere else.
Out of all the conversations, I guess which actor touched your heart the most?
You're asking me to go back 10 years. I'll go to the one that was nominated tonight, which was Pedro Pascal and Steven Yeun. And they talked about how strange it was that when Pedro Pascal was working on The Mandalorian and Steven Yeun was working on Walking Dead, that they didn't cross paths at Comic-Con. And you think, oh, that's so, because neither one of them was representing that particular show at that particular time. And you think, you think celebrities, they're going to run into each other at all these things. And they don't. And yet they were such admirers of each other's work, and they hadn't been, together in the same place before. And that's always a lot of fun.
Okay, so Bertie, tell us, what was it like shooting the show itself?
It was full, animals don't read the script, right? So we go out with a plan, and the animals, Mother Nature just tears that script up, and then we have to wing it. And that's why I love my job, because every day is different, every day is exciting.
Very cool. And I guess working on set, any favorite animals that you had that you were like, I really want to capture up close?
So one of the real highlights of filming animals up close was we got to go and try and film an amazing type of Antarctic killer whale. And there's only 100 of these killer whales in existence. It's a very special type of killer whale. And they're cool because they use teamwork as a family to create waves with their bodies to wash seals off of pieces of ice into the water. So these seals would normally be out of reach, and it's one of the most, well, it is the most complex hunting strategy on Earth. And to see these animals in action is, everyone always wants to know how smart are wild animals. These are the most incredible demonstration of animal intelligence I know of.
So Christian, you were here tonight. What does it mean to you to be at this Emmy Awards?
It's an honor and a privilege. I never expected anything like this ever in my life. And suddenly here I am, and you see all these award shows all the time on television. Never think you'll ever be a part of them. And here I am. So it's really a thrill.
What was it like getting ready for today?
Oh gosh, lots of going over my lines because I'm presenting as well as a nominee, but also just trying to keep my nerves low. Seeing a lot of friends in LA and letting them distract me, and then we'll see what happens. I'm just trying to enjoy the ride.
Very cool. I love it. And let me ask you this: what keeps you cool and calm on set?
Oh, the birds. The birds tend to put me in a zen place unless there's a real rarity who's putting on a show, and then zen goes out the window and I'm totally excited. So right now I'm just trying to stay in the zen place.
So Rosa, I have to ask you, what was it like working in the writer's room for the show?
The thing about doing a show like Njinga, African Queens, let me say the whole title, African Queens Njinga, is that it's not just you. So it's me and my writing partner, Nene Ewiji, who can't be here right now. But then you have this whole team of researchers. So it was such a collaborative effort because you have me and Nene who are doing the writing, but then you have the researchers giving input, and then you have the historians on top of that. So the room was kind of different than any other rooms you have where it's just the writers in the room. There was so much input, which actually lessened the weight of what we as writers had to do because there were a lot of people who were helping you. Because this is a historically factual drama, so you can't get anything wrong. Yes.
You can't. And what did you learn through the process of actually writing with a writing partner and also the team?
One of the things, especially when you're dealing with historical characters, that I loved, one of the things I loved working with Nene about was finding commonality in how we wanted our ancestors, our ancestors portrayed. Because one of the things, especially about African characters, that's really important to us, is that we want to give them their nobility back. And so having a writing partner who, for her, that was also equally important, was just so fantastic. So one of the lessons I learned is that how important it is to have in the room someone you're writing with who also feels the same way about the content you're writing. Yeah.
I love it. One last question for you. What do you want audiences to take away from the show and your work that you put in?
See, the thing about this show that I love, because we all know the history of Victoria, Catherine, but there's so many other women. Like you do the history of Njinga, there's Queen Amina, there's Mekatilili, there's, Tomoe. There are all these women who have done amazing things. And I think I'm going to quote Mao Zedong, which is going to be so bizarre that I'm going to quote Mao Zedong, but I am going to. Had this phrase that he said, women hold up half the sky. And I just think it's so amazing when we go back to history and we just look and listen to the stories of these women who are holding up half the sky. Yeah.
So what does it mean for you to be here tonight celebrating all the hard work you put in?
It's great. I didn't expect to be here. I was very happy when the show was nominated, and then I was honestly shocked when they asked me to present. I'm like, okay, are these people? We're a new show. I'm not a drama. We can be a drama, but we're a reality show. It's a docuseries. So I was in shock. They said, no, they really want you, and would you actually, present 3 awards? I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm always up for a challenge. It's something I never expected to do when I, started my business, or of course even started the show.
Amazing. And let me ask you this, I guess as somebody that is in the business yourself, how do you approach challenges?
I learned at a very young age to be able to accept the word no and not be afraid of rejection, because even, you look at in baseball, right? If you hit 3 out of 10 times, you're in the Hall of Fame. So for me, if there's an opportunity, we go after it, or people who work for me go after it, and we just have to try and make it happen. And if you're not successful, learn from it, figure out what you did wrong, and go after it again.
Just jumping back in here, tell us about this dress and what speaks to you about it.
Oh my gosh, this dress is so beautiful and so heavy. I feel like Indian Cinderella. It's by Ami Bridal Couture, and it's from London, England. It's extremely heavy, and I wish I could keep it, but I do have to give it back. But
Thank you so much.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
meeting you.
So
Jeresa, you're here tonight celebrating your work on the soap. How does it feel?
It feels so good to be nominated again, and I'm happy to be here celebrating with my team who's worked so hard. So happy.
I love it. So you have a background in styling, obviously, and tell us about the look that you're wearing tonight, because that is stunning.
This is one of my creations. I don't know. I was just feeling this fabric, and we just draped something and came up with this.
Said best by designer herself. We just came up with this. No big deal. No big deal. Amazing. So what was it like actually designing for each character in the show and styling for those specific scenes?
I'm sorry, styling.
Yeah. What was it like styling for those specific scenes?
Oh, it's a lot of work, but also a lot of fun. Each character, they're so different, and you try to personalize each look for each character, costuming, of course. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun playing dress up with these ladies and gentlemen every day.
So you're presenting tonight. I mean, what does that mean to you?
You know, it's special for me because these are the people tonight that make us all look so fabulous in front of the lens. And it takes an army and the fact that they bring it all together and they are the unsung heroes. And I'm so happy that tonight they get to scream it from the rooftops, and they deserve it. They deserve it, every bit of it.
They really do. And fans do want to know, how do you get into character and channel that inner Sheila?
That Sheila bad girl stuff. I studied with a really amazing woman by the name of Catherine Daly, and she told me that you can convince yourself of anything. People do it every single day. If you're happy, the more you talk about it, the happier you become. Am I right? If something horrible happens that day, the more you talk about it, the deeper in that hole you climb. So if I have got to be angry one day, I'll simply convince myself that I'm angry. And your body listens to you. It listens to that energy, and you can become anything you want.
Very well said. And so what do you want audiences to take away from the show and all of your hard work?
Just know that what we do and the medium that we're in, we wouldn't be able to do it and sustain the life that we have without our audience. And I want to thank you. I want to thank our audience. Because of you, we still are on the air today, along with a few other soaps, and we're still going strong. So I want to thank the audience tonight, because without them, we wouldn't be here.
So what was it like being behind the scenes casting for the piece?
Oh my God, it's always amazing to be behind the scenes, right? Because our show is all about the stories of these amazing entrepreneurs that we bring to life. So I got to talk to hundreds of people before I actually get to the one that gets to be on TV.
What do you look for in talent as you scout?
As I scout, well, for our show, I look for a really amazing story. Is it somebody who really lived it? Did they accomplish their dream? What has happened? Can they really tell a good story? You know, sometimes you put a camera on people and they just freeze like deer in the headlights, so.
That makes sense. And so tell us, as a team effort, as you two are here tonight, what does it mean to be here together?
Oh, it's amazing. It's actually our 10-year wedding anniversary, and she's the director of the show. So it's so great for us to just walk down the carpet together. You know, it's a wonderful night.
Wow. Any advice, I guess, for young filmmakers and directors that are looking to do what you two have created and accomplished?
Any advice? Yeah, what kind of advice do you have?
Just follow your dreams, nothing scared, and do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. I love it. Well, again, congratulations for being here tonight, and also celebrate your wedding, beautiful anniversary. I love it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so tell us, what was it like working on the show?
It was like a dream come true. You know, working on the show was my dream come true, but one thing was that I take away from it was the people. You know, food, people, I mean, it's kind of hard not to have a good time. I mean, it was the greatest learning experience, but I did understand that no matter where you are in the world, the center of your senses and your love could be in the belly. You know?
It really can. And I guess as a chef yourself, what is one food or even just one creation of yours that really speaks to your heart and to your soul?
You know what? I would like to say That's a tough one as a chef because I love so much food. But I would say right now, shrimp and grits are speaking to my soul. Shrimp and grits are speaking to my soul. But from the show, I would say Peru spoke to my soul. Peru was one of the most incredible food experiences that I've had. With all of the influences from so you have the Peruvians, then you have the Japanese, then you have the Chinese, then you have African influences there. Incredible.
Thank you so much.
We're keeping it quick. Pleasure meeting you.
So what a fun show to work on. I mean, tell us, behind the scenes, what do we not know about the show behind the scenes?
Oh gosh, behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, there is so much work that happens that doesn't make it on the show because it's only a 42-minute show. And I mean, it's full renovation. So I think that, we're up late at night. We're working on the weekends. I've been working all day, checking on the team back home, working on projects. So it's not fake for TV. I don't even know how to say it. These are real projects, real renovations, and so much work happens that doesn't make the cut. But it's a lot of work, but it's awesome. It's so fun. And the other thing I would say is that our homeowners really are surprised at the end. So it really, every time we get to do a reveal, it's like Christmas morning for us. We get to be Santa.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and it's a celebration of, like Jenny said, so much gets cut. The people that actually cut the show and produce the show, they're really the ones that should be out here. I mean, they're amazing. Like, they've done great work to actually make me look decent and to cut a show out of that. So yeah, it's a big celebration for everyone that's been a part of it. So we're just so happy to be here.
Okay, so you're here tonight celebrating the work that you all put in and your team. How does it feel?
Terrific. I mean, it's really, this is our second nomination as a team, and we're very excited about tonight. Yeah, it's great.
I love it. So tell us, any favorite moments working on set together?
Every day.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It is. We have so much fun together. Really. I'm not gonna lie. I love when we disagree. Yeah. It seems odd. No. But it really truly shows our passion, our personalities, that we're okay with disagreeing, and we're ensuring that we actually get the right verdict, and that's what's important. So I enjoy those moments of disagreement.
And I think it's the most interesting for the audience too, when we all disagree about the verdict, and we have to really articulate ourselves to try to persuade each other.
Yeah, I think it's important that when we disagree, we do it in a non-disagreeable way, if you will. But also, when we agree, then we're pretty certain, 99% certain, we've got it right, which is the other side of the coin of disagreeing. But I'm not sure I enjoy disagreeing, but I do my best.
I think it's healthy. It's great, and we learn more about each other. I enjoy it because we're still friends. At the end of the day, we still love each other and respect each other. So it's a good thing. It's fun.
Well, I love hearing that. Good to all know. I will say, it's very interesting because actually on the show yourselves, what is it like kind of behind the scenes after you all disagree? Do you question if you made the right decision?
Sometimes we go home with it, we think about it, and we come back the next day and say, did we do the right thing? Or at least we'll say, did we do the right thing? And yeah, we certainly think about it because they're important decisions for the people who come before us. No matter the amount of money that they serve, it's important to them, and we want to get it right.
Yeah.
So what is it like working behind the scenes in wardrobe for the soap?
It's a lot of fun. It's kind of the most outlandish version, I think, of costume design in a lot of ways, especially with The Bold and the Beautiful being based on a fashion company. But it's what I've wanted to do for a long time, and it's a lot. We have a great team, so it's a lot of fun.
Very cool. A lot of pressure, right?
A lot of pressure, yeah, it can be. We work on a pretty tight timeline, so that's where I think a lot of the pressure comes from. And knowing that people are watching the show for the fashion in a lot of ways. So yeah, but it's all good.
So you're here tonight. You're celebrating. What does it mean to you in your heart?
Honestly, I'm so humbled to be here. I would have never thought that I would be nominated for an Emmy. I mean, it's just really a dream come true. And to be presenting tonight, really, really cool. So excited. A little nervous. And you know what? I've done a lot, but I was a little nervous about tonight. So I can't wait to get out there and just have some fun.
I love it. Have some fun. That's pretty much awesome. So I will ask you, I guess from your young audience viewers who are watching you and your progress and work over the years, what do you want them to take away from you in your journey?
I want them to know that anything is possible. I mean, listen, you know, when I took over the bakery in 1994, I was 17, my dad died, I had to drop out of school. If you would have told me then that, you know, fast forward to 2024, I'd be standing here being nominated for an Emmy, I would have told you were nuts, right? So you just never know where the world's going to take you, but through everything, I never gave up. I always worked hard. I believe in what I do, and I still do, and I think those core values, for anybody, you just got to go for it.
You got to go for it. Big shop to the big stage.
That's right. Big shop to big stage, baby.
Sophia, you're here tonight celebrating the culinary space. Tell us.
That's right. I'm very, very excited. This is my second time nominated for Counter Space, which is really special. It's a show that is near and dear to my heart. It's a show about imagination. So I love it. I'm really excited.
And what do you want audiences watching take away from you and your work?
Oh my gosh. That there's a lot to kind of be, I don't know, have some pause about. There's a lot of intense stuff going on, but just not to lose hope. I think that with all the problems, there are also all the solutions. Like that's really what the show is about. Like, yes, imagination, but really through watching the show, you're going to see real solutions.
Very cool. What a great answer. And what are you currently working on outside the show that you want to share with audiences?
I mean, I'm still working on every single mission, every single conversation, every single topic that we're talking about on the show. These issues are not just one and done, it's an episode, it's a TV show, and boom, we have solutions. Like there's a continued effort. And so, I mean, I dedicated my life to this stuff, so it doesn't end with the show.
Amazing. So what is it like working on the show? And I mean, seeing Jennifer Hudson as talent and then now working alongside her?
It's quite an honor to be able to dress her up every day. She is the living dream of a Barbie doll.
Beautiful. And so tell us, what are you wearing tonight, and what inspired that?
It's a Trani Couture. It's a brand I love, and I wanted to go a little vintage, retro throwback.
I love it. And yes, when you're dressing Jennifer Hudson and you're watching the show, what do you see in her that inspires you and what she wears?
I really like to work off of her silhouette, and I like to put her in new items I've never really seen on anybody before. I really want to make daytime TV fresh and young and innovative and try to bring in like a little more viewers of all different ages and, you know, I don't know. I think it's working.
Definitely. Tell us, what was one piece that was obviously your favorite from the show that you put together?
I loved all of our Christmas episodes. I put her in a lot of bling and a lot of sequins. The latest episode I loved was from the LA Sparks one. We just aired it. I put her in a gown that I converted into a dress for daytime. But it was the theme of colors of the Clippers, and I really do try to make sure she compliments everybody that comes on the show. And I want to make sure that they all mesh well and we all work together versus her looking like some random people are showing up. But yeah, I love all of Christmas. I love bling.
Why not, right?
Yeah, right.
Awesome. So y'all are here tonight at the Emmys. I mean, what is it like going from court to now walking the carpet?
You know what, I think it's amazing, especially coming from the court to the Emmys right now. We're back on TV from 40 years. It's a blessing, and hopefully we come out winners. But, you know, just for the opportunity to be here, and as well all the other contestants and all the other TV shows, you know, blessings to them and congratulations to them as well.
Amazing. And how do your personalities kind of come out on the court?
I mean, I think, you know, individually, I think that's why this is so great, the Harlem Globetrotters, because we're able to come out and show who we are personally. I mean, all of us do different things. I mean, you see the height differentials, but that's why I think it's incredible to be, you know, a Harlem Globetrotter, because I can actually be myself, Wham could be itself, Bulldog could be itself, and everything works out.
Okay, I gotta ask, what is it like working together as a team? I mean, what's the dynamic like behind the scenes?
Oh, you don't want to know that. No, you don't want to know that. No, but seriously, these guys and these young ladies are awesome. Like Lateef just said, they all have different personalities. They all come together. But we also follow somebody, this guy right here. We call this guy here Keith, who's our president. And so bring us all together. Get shot in that Keith.
Come on, wait a minute. That's our president.
What an honor. I mean, what is it like working with such a big name that you've seen from years beyond, and now here it is?
It's a responsibility is really what it is. It's a brand that's almost 100 years old. Meadowlark Lemon, Curly Neal, Lynette Woodard, Sweet Lou Dunbar, all of our players. We have to honor this thing that's plays out 450 dates around the globe. It's a privilege and an honor to be part of the Harlem Globetrotters organization and to take it forward for the next generation.
Beautiful. You guys do it right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy tonight. Thank you. Okay, so tell us, what was it like working on the show and honoring food?
Working on the show was an incredible experience. It was very collaborative. We did it remotely, which was interesting. It was during part of it was during the pandemic, so there was a lot of coordinating going on between different people, and a lot of us were not even in the same state. So it's a miracle that we're standing here, and we're all very happy about it.
Amazing. I guess, how do you honor food behind the scenes, and is there something that you kind of do shot-wise from shot to shot?
I think honoring the food goes together with honoring the culture, and it was a show about traveling, food, and culture. So I think it all goes together. So it was more of a showcase of how everything comes together and how it plays off of each other.
I'm asking everybody that's working in the culinary networks, tell us, what is a food that really speaks to you and I guess your cuisine as a person?
Well, even though I'm Greek, I really like sushi. So, so that's my favorite cuisine, Japanese. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, I mean, you know the show, how do you want your stories to be honored?
Well, for me, it's an honor to be here, to be recognized and among the best who produced an amazing document. The story of Queen Njinga is one of a kind, but it's not the only story about the African continent, with all these amazing kings and queens that fought to make sure that the people were all right. So for me to stand here as a queen of my people, I'm actually a woman king of the Bakwaluntu people of Kasai in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I am a symbol to show that legacy lived on. It didn't just die because our historical people, just disappeared. They left with us the responsibility to carry through and to carry on that legacy. So for me, this documentary series is quite important because it's also a testimony of the fact that people want to know. People want to see, and it's not just the African people. The world needs to know and is demanding that we bring about in the forefront the story of a continent that is their home continent, but also that have seen the experience of hundreds of thousands of years of human activity, human lives on that continent. So for me, it's really a joy and an honor, and it shows that, yes, we can tell those stories. Yes, they will work. Yes, they will be recognized, and we are ready for more.
We are ready for more. Well, thank you so much. What a beautiful, powerful answer. That was everything we needed. Thank you so much. Of course. So you were nominated tonight. What does it mean to you?
Honestly, I'm just so happy to be here. And I said last time I was here that once I come back, I'm going to come back with my own nomination. And here we are.
Here you are. You made it happen. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so.
What was it like getting ready for tonight and knowing all the hard work that you put into it?
Honestly, I was just so excited and so amazed when I got the news. And I really hope I win tonight, but it's okay if I don't.
What inspires you as a young musician and artist?
A young musician and artist? Well, I really like singing, and I just can't wait any longer to start my career.
Big dreams. I love it. You're going to make it happen. We know it. Well, enjoy tonight, and thank you so much. Fingers crossed for you. Of course.
So my name's Ben Fox. I'm the showrunner of a Netflix 4-part series called African Queens Njinga. We're first equal in the nominations with 12 nominations. We're up against The Bold and the Beautiful and I believe Days of Our Lives also. So we're very hopeful because we're a small factual show up against some of America's biggest shows in their 36th season.
And I guess as a showrunner, how do you bring justice to the show and all the work you created?
Say again, sorry?
How do you bring justice to the show and the story behind it as a showrunner?
Bring justice?
Yes.
It's a long journey, and because our drama is based on facts that haven't been told before, this is a wonderful opportunity because it's an African story told by Africans, both in Africa and in the United States and in Great Britain, and it's never been told before. So we're all hugely proud to be here, and we want to win big.
I love it. Well, thank you so much. Fingers crossed. So, James, what is it working on a show with an artist that we know very dear and well?
Oh my God, Kelly Clarkson is everything you see on TV. Literally, I would tell you, I would be the guy to post something on TikTok that would be like, she is that. She's magic. She's everything. She is that energy, and that's why I'm here today.
What a beautiful answer. So tell us, what is it like working on set and putting together that art and that piece that we see every single day of the show?
I feel super lucky to do that. I don't know, I'm just kind of doing my job, and I love design, and I love doing style, and I love doing interiors. I do it in my living room. I do it in people's living rooms, whatever. But it is kind of nice. I guess after you do it for a certain amount of time, you're like suddenly doing it on a show that is really, I guess, super famous. It is amazing, actually. I feel super lucky to do her chair. And it's awesome, yeah.
Okay, so for those people at home watching right now, what is one style tip that is in that you want to mention?
I would tell you that cozy throwback 90s coffee shop is back. Dust off the Nirvana t-shirt, get into that Central Park cozy couch, layer and texture and multiple colors. That is it right now.
So Kate, obviously you've been to plenty of these. What does this one mean to you?
Well, Creative Arts Emmys are so important because if it weren't for all of them, we would be in big trouble because we're honoring those people behind the camera that make us in front of the camera look good, how our show comes together. We'd be in such big trouble without them. And they work so hard. They're the first ones there in the morning. They're the last ones to leave at night. And so I'm just so honored to be here to support them.
It takes a team and a village. It really does.
Pardon?
It takes a team and a village to put it together.
It takes, oh my gosh, I mean, 51 years for our show, 51 years for the Emmys, Daytime Emmys, 42 and counting for me. So I'm just so honored to be here, really am.
Amazing. And what is one message that you have to your fans who watch you on your soap every single day?
Well, I am so honored and grateful to each and every one of them because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to be standing here talking to you tonight. So I'm so grateful to them. I'm so grateful that they tune in and they need to keep watching because it only gets better from here.
It really does. Thank you so much, Kate. Great seeing you. Yes, enjoy. I mean, I can imagine all the craziness that happens kind of backstage too. How do you keep it together?
We're pros, baby. Do you see this?
Fake it until you make it. Everybody has to be close, and they have to all work together as a team.
And the thing that really does help also is that we really do like each other.
Yes.
Like we really like each other. So that makes
And all the hosts.
and
Yes.
yeah. And everyone, we're all big personalities, but
Yes.
we don't clash. It just kind of works. You know what I mean? Because we all want to do our best, and yeah, it's a good time.
Okay, what is one moment on set that you cannot forget?
The Sister Act reunion.
Oh yeah.
We just had the
Yeah,
Sister
we
Act
just had
reunion.
Sister Act 30th reunion.
There was about 100 people backstage.
It was amazing.
Backstage is
the original
very
cast,
small.
everyone except for Lauryn Hill,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. They did Joyful, and they did I forget the other one, but like it was like
Happy Day.
Happy Day. Happy Day. And the feeling in the studio was like
It was incredible. It was like a
unbelievable.
I want to see y'all's behind-the-scenes TikTok, so please start that.
We
should think about it.
We're lazy in that regard, but like we really should start doing that.
Actually, really busy. That's why we can't do
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Pleasure meeting you all. Enjoy the night. Thank you. So y'all are nominated tonight, not only for one, not for two, but
Yes, 4 nominations. We're super excited.
how does it feel? I mean, you're here tonight. Did you know this was going to happen?
We had no idea it was going to happen this soon. We just launched the show in October. So in the first part of the series, it's knocking it out of the park.
What is it like working together, behind the scenes, not on screen?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to say, it is better than I could have imagined. Peter and I co-host the show together, and we come from different worlds. We have different sets of experience, and yet on the show and behind the scenes, we are just, I think we're pretty seamless with our friendship and our goals and how we film the show.
Peter, you have to add to that. What is it like working together with your co-host?
It's wonderful. I've been on the show for a number of years now, and Ray joined us. It's like we've worked together for years. We're on the same page about educating people, affecting future generations about the importance of conservation, and continuing this legacy that Mutual of Omaha started back in the 60s. We're just proud to be back again on Saturday night.
Well, and what do you learn about each other and the show working together?
Oh my gosh, so we film our show in the wilderness, right? So deep, all over the world now, internationally, so deep in the heart of the wilderness. So not only do we fly into set, but we often have these long drives. So we spend literally hours. I think it was just last week I was trapped in the car for 8 hours driving.
We had a great time.
And we're able to talk about family, life experiences, like everything beyond what we're working on for the show. And so we have this bond as a team that I think is unbreakable.
We love to hear that. Well, thank you all so much.
How you doing? My name is André Hepkins. I'm on the board of directors for the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences, and I'm just great to be here.
What a big night. I mean, how did you prepare behind the scenes for such an event?
Huge event, huge night, huge 2 nights. I mean, 2 nights of just award ceremonies celebrating the best and the brightest that television has to offer, and I'm just happy to be part of this synergistic effort to just promote the best in television. Just love it.
I love it. And I guess somebody that actually is obviously into film and TV, what actually motivates you to kind of put together this event and do the hard work behind the scenes?
The motivation is the people, the audience, just having product that makes people feel emotions, giving people joy, having people feel joy, pain, triumph, trial, just going through all those emotions of being a human being and having compassion for our fellow brothers and sisters. I just love the art of television and film.
Beautiful. And what do you look for when watching daytime television yourself?
Being entertained and having those moments where I'm like, that's like my life. That's like my neighbor. That's like my mother, my father. Just, we are all human beings. We all have families. We all have spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, pets. And we all go through the same trials and tribulations. And to see that on television, like life imitates art, art imitates life, and just to see that in motion and just seeing people portray that and doing great jobs. All these people work so hard to perfect the craft of acting and producing and directing and telling stories, and that's what we're doing. We're telling stories, and we're just all here to celebrate the art of storytelling, and I just love it.
So you were here tonight, you were nominated. What does that mean to you?
A lot. It means I'm proud of my work, and somebody else thinks I did a good job. So
definitely. And so why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what you do? I really love doing it. That's the reason I do what I do. It's the only thing I know how to do well, too. Maybe I know some other things, but
maybe you do, right?
I love it more than anything. Yes.
What is one piece of advice that you have for, I guess, young composers, young filmmakers?
Work really hard and write really good, honest music.
I mean, this is a pretty great group here. What is it like working on the show?
I'm going to say it's one of the most unique experiences I've had. As you can see, there's a lot of black males here, and that staff was representative of the on-air talent, which you don't necessarily see all the time. So it was a really unique experience that really opened my eyes to what this industry can be.
What is it like, I guess, behind the scenes, in the writer's room, working on the production itself, and seeing these conversations that the talents bring come to life?
I think it's important to keep things personal so that people can be passionate about it. So me as the showrunner, when this started off as a special about Stop Asian Hate, it was so important to have a crew of black men working on a show about celebrating black men. So with that in mind, my partner in crime here, Karis, can speak a little bit more about the topics that we talk about.
Listen, you see this group of guys. This is just one small set of the entire team that made this work. It was such an incredible journey. It was a labor of love. And the really cool thing about this project was it was easy, right? It came so natural to talk about the things that affect us all. So that's what I mean when I say it was easy. Again, it was just incredible to be a part of it, and the energy in the room was honestly quite electric.
I love to hear it was electric. That's amazing. And so what was this one topic that really resonated with all of you to discuss and, I guess, made you really think?
Made us think. How much time you got?
Right. I mean, these are big conversations, but at least one that was like you just cannot stop thinking about over and over.
One moment that I think sticks out to me in the edit, and we didn't plan this, I don't know, I remember when this was happening on set, was the conversation about the LGBTQ community in the black male space, and how a lot of the guests on the show were very honest about how they had to unlearn things from their childhood that, whether it was the black community, whether it was society, that was expecting of them as black men. And just to see all the different sectors of our guests be open about that some of their kids' friends being like, oh, my daughter brought home a friend and they identified as, they, them, and I had to learn that, and I'm learning that. And it was like, I think it was just fascinating to see everybody be really vulnerable about the evolution of that, especially within the black male community. Yeah, to me that was really fascinating.
What a great answer. I mean, it's a big month. I mean, it's Pride Month, it's Male Mental Health Month, Juneteenth. I mean, how are we going to tackle all that in a few episodes? Are you going to?
In a sense, we do. We do scroll questions in the show that cover mental health, that cover LGBTQ, and every episode covers the stories of marginalized communities. And I think the common denominator here is that if you do feel like you are not heard, you are not seen, or you are underrepresented, there is power in solidarity, there is power in allyship, and there's power in telling your story and sharing your story, because when you do that, you remind other people that they're not alone.
Well said from our showrunner. I love it. Well, thank you all so much, and pleasure meeting you. So we are here with Rachel Schwartz. I mean, it's a big weekend for everyone. What is it like for you to be here tonight working and also holding your position?
Well, last night they actually announced that I am the new incoming head of the Daytime Emmys. So I guess today might be my first official day on the job, technically, and I am the first female to ever be the head of the Daytime Emmys competition. And in addition to that, this year, the 51st, obviously means that the Daytime Emmys are officially celebrating their second half of a century.
Very exciting. And how do you feel about holding that position yourself? And I guess, what do you really hope to inspire from audiences?
One of the great things about Daytime is that we are experiencing so much change in the industry overall right now. And everybody thinks of course, our wonderful soaps, our daytime dramas that are the hallmark of the competition. But today, the majority of the categories are focused on the great many other different kinds of genres that we have in daytime. We have instructional how-to, we have culinary, we have lifestyle, arts and popular culture. It goes on and on. And I'm really excited to continue building out the contest and sort of reacting to the changes that are happening around us. One of the things that I look at every year in my position is, where do we need to create new categories, or where do we need to split categories, because there's just so much content that our judges can't watch all of it.
So Lidia, is it a big night for you tonight? How do you feel?
I feel extraordinary. I'm super honored and very special and very grateful.
And who do you have with you supporting you tonight?
My family. Who else would I have? But these are my two oldest grandchildren. I have 5 of them. And I must say that they, and also all of my grandchildren, have been part of my show. I have a show on PBS for the last 25 years, cooking show. They have been part of the show ever since they could eat. Start putting things in their mouth. We had them in front of a camera because the film, we filmed it in my house. And hence, they were there. They were around the house. And we pulled them in, and they're still going at it, and here they are. Because part of this award actually goes to them too.
I love that. And I guess, what was it like to make the decision to actually have them come on the show with you?
Well, it was, for us Italians, it's not, being a family, being together. My mother lived with us. So it was one of those family things. They would come and go, and if we were cooking, the little stool, they would get on the stool and start cooking, whether the cameras were on or not. So once the cameras came in, it was no big problem. They continued to do what they love doing.
I love it. And then question just for you both as well. What is it like working with her and in the kitchen and cooking together?
Oh, it's great. It's such a joy. I mean, we did a lot as a kid, even on Sundays, right? Not in front of the camera or whatever it was. So it's really fun to just be able to do that, continue to do that, later on too as an adult. And it's just reliving those memories is always lovely.
Amazing. Anything to add?
Yes. So great. Love. Favorite memories are Sundays at your house, all coming together, and you cooking us a great lunch. And now, even though all the cousins are a little more spread out around the world, we come together when we can, or we'll do special trips with her. Yes.
But the beautiful things that I get from them, emails and pictures, whether they're cooking for their schoolmates or friends. Noni, look what I made. Or sometimes, Noni, can you give me the recipe? How do I make this? So the communication keeps on going.
I love that. Okay, one question just for you all both. Speed round. What is one meal you cannot live without?
Her lobster risotto.
A linguine clam sauce. I love them.
Her lasagna.
Amazing. I love it. Well, thank you all so much. Enjoy tonight. Thank you. Pleasure meeting you all. Okay, so we see the show on screen. What is it like behind the scenes putting it together?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It could be a lot of fun. It just takes so much to make really good programming, and I just love it. I love it. It's a great industry to be in. I feel honored to be here, to be recognized. It's so hard to get nominated, and it's even harder to win. So it would just be amazing if either one of the court shows that we have with Allen Media Entertainment Studios would get nominated today. You know, not nominated, but to win. It would be great if one of Entertainment Studios court shows would have a win tonight. That would be amazing.
Fingers crossed. And one question for you. I mean, what is it like leading a team on set as big as this one?
What is it like?
Leading a team on set as big as this one.
Oh, well, I'm kind of in the background. I'm a background player. You know, I'm a support person. I work in post where the magic happens. Yeah, where the magic happens. Fix it in post has been a motto around Hollywood for a long time, and it's the truth.
I am nominated. This is my second nomination for the Sherry Daytime Talk Show. I am the head makeup artist for the show, and I do Sherry every day, so I'm super excited to be here.
So what goes on in the makeup room?
Oh my God, it is super chaotic. You know what I'm saying? Like we go in the morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. We start the show at 10, but there's producers coming in. They're briefing her. We're trying to do hair and makeup, the glue on the top of her head, trying to glue the wig down. I'm in there trying to do eyeshadow and do foundation and get everything all prepped and ready. But every time she walk out that door, she look absolutely amazing. That's why we're here today. That's why we're nominated.
That's thanks to you all.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. Okay, so tell us, I guess, getting ready behind and putting her together, what is one thing that you highlight in your makeup?
So my makeup artistry, I take a very timeless approach to beauty. So I really like to enhance her eyes because she's very expressive, but I also like to enhance her natural beauty and give her my natural glow, and I always complete her look with my signature nude lip.
I love it. And what is one style tip that you have for all the audiences watching out there?
Which what?
Style tip.
Oh, so style tip. I hate those super big eyebrows. Keep your eyebrows natural. Stop listening to those YouTubers. They don't always know what they're talking about. Take it from a professional who's been doing this for 28 years.
So we are celebrating the Emmys and all the hard work put into the soaps and daytime television. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot to me, and I'm so proud of everyone nominated. I'm proud of Days of Our Lives, and to celebrate the cast and crew, you know, people in front and behind, just means so much because everyone works very, very hard. The crew works super hard, and I just feel like to take the time to acknowledge them and to celebrate them is so important because it truly takes a team.
It really does. Here's a fun question for you. What was it like when you got that call that you got the role on a show that everybody knows and loves?
Wow, it was a little surreal, but it was so exciting. I was at home with my dog Danny, and I found out the news, and I just screamed, and he howled, and we literally, we're just like, woo! And he didn't know, but dogs are always ready to celebrate and party. So that was the moment in my mind forever, and I'm just so grateful, and it's been a full circle moment because I used to watch Days of Our Lives when I was younger, and now to be on the show is such a blessing, and it's so surreal, and I'm so grateful.
I love it. Any fangirl moments when you got on set that first day?
Oh, yes. Kristen Alfonso, Jack A. Harry. It's more of just acknowledging and paying respect. You see someone and it's just I really admire you and I respect it, and just thank you for doing what you do because it all really leads the way and is an inspiration.
And now, I guess in your career, you're yourself as an inspiration. What do you hope to give back to audiences watching you?
Well, I would love to inspire people, I would hope. That would be great. I want to give back. I just want to entertain people. I want people watch the show sometimes as that is their oasis. That's their 1 hour of escapism or relaxation. I've had fans tell me, or it's their family time when they're with their mother, their grandmother, or they're watching it with their children. And so I think it's great to be part of those bonding moments for people. You're in their households and people are watching, and just as an artist, I want to do the best I can to have people feel the emotions, the happy, the sad, the action. I just want it to be as real as possible.
So you're working on a show that's all about cuisine, but also culture.
1,000%. Essentially, we travel most parts in the world, identifying different forms of soul food, taking the African American aesthetic, the spirit of African American people in this country, across overseas. So yeah.
What do you hope to bring to audiences with your work on the show?
That's a good question. A sense of cultural diversity, but also driving home Black stories, truly, and knowing that Black stories can actually, be an amplifier for other stories.
Beautiful. And I'm asking everybody this that works in cuisine and culture and culinary stuff, what is one meal that speaks to your soul and your heart?
Oh, man. My grandmother's peach cobbler, south side of Chicago. Yeah. Every time it gets me.
So what is it like working behind the scenes of such a well-known soap?
The show is very historic, so it's interesting that we get to watch characters be built that have been around for 60 years. I mean, Deidre Hall has been on that show since the beginning, since the 60s, and we still get to watch that all happen. It's amazing to be part of the team that makes that show happen every day.
It really is. I guess before you got the call to work on the show, did you watch a show? Were you an avid fan?
Well, the best story I have is that I used to work on The Young and the Restless. And when I got my job at The Young and the Restless, I told my grandmother that I got this job on The Young and the Restless. She said she couldn't watch it because she watches Days of Our Lives. So now, 20 years later, I made the move from The Young and the Restless to Days of Our Lives. So my grandma can now watch, although she's passed away many years ago, she can now watch my show.
What a beautiful story. Thank you so much. Okay, so Norman, tell us, behind the scenes, what is it like working with such an incredible cast?
Oh my goodness. It's one of those things where you live the moments with them as they go through all of the things, they sort of relive it when they talk about their stories. And so being a part of that and knowing that you're a custodian or steward person over that story, it's one that makes you, it kind of gives you goosebumps, and at the same time it's like, oh God, that's a lot of responsibility, but it really has been an amazing experience, just understanding another side of humanity and exploring and helping people tell their stories.
Fantastic answer. And let me ask you this. I think, what do you want audiences to take away from all the work that you've put in?
Absolutely. One of the things is understanding that there are aspects of women's lives that we haven't even yet understood. Stories of women are being told every day. And so how do we get that message out to as many people as possible? And then how do we give people the tools and the action steps to help? It's not just enough to tell a story, but it's helping them understand, how do I change the world from my corner of the world, and how each person can look at that story and relate to it, empathize, or take action to ensure that people or the women in their lives can live a very healthy life and a satisfying life.
So what is it like working on the show and composing for it?
It's a real honor, actually. I can't believe it came so quickly. It was a matter of 48 hours. Had to turn it around very quickly. You got to turn things in real quick. And I had a song on my heart from experience, and it went with the documentary and the story of the two young ladies living with HIV in this world. With all the discrimination we have, how could I give a song about optimism but yet address the severity of the matter? And I was able to capture that, and I guess it resonated with the people. I'm here tonight.
You're here tonight. Today. It's very exciting. And so when you were preparing for today, did you know this moment would come for you in your life?
Not the Daytime Emmys. I have a couple of local Emmys, but and those are also a great feats, but it's still not like Daytime Emmys. It's like an accomplishment of, oh my God, the recognition. This means so much. It's deeper than just the song because of what I wrote it for and the documentary's purpose. So it's a career goal, but it's also fulfilled my soul because of what we're doing it for. You know what I mean?
So what does this honor mean to you and your team?
It was a lot of hard work, and I think of all the shows that we've done for, the decade plus that we've been at it, in various amounts, I think we're very proud of this show, and if we were to win an Emmy, this would be the one. Yeah, very proud of it. So, and proud of them.
Definitely. And then one more question for you all as a team. What is it like to go from the editing bay to now seeing your work on screen, beloved by many?
It's surreal.
Yeah.
Unbelievably surreal.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, This is why we do it. You know, it's one thing to be working and grinding it out in the Bay, but then when it airs or, you know, now streams and we can share it with the world, that's why we continue to do it. It's wonderful.
So who do you have to thank tonight?
The whole cast of African Queens, because they are the ones that made the show. Obviously the teamwork with Natopia, Netflix, Westbrook, Jada Pinkett Smith, who made this all happen. My casting team, Krista, who was the casting director in South Africa, but Matt Shepard and Annabelle Leach, who are my casting assistant and associate. My family, and anybody who mentored me in casting. Everybody believed in me, and now I have to believe in myself. So thank you.
Thank you. How beautiful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's an honor. Be proud of your work. I mean, people watch it for a reason.
Believe.
So you're here tonight holding your Emmy. How heavy is it? You got to tell us.
How heavy?
Yeah.
It's heavy enough.
Yeah.
What does this honor mean to you?
Never felt one this heavy before.
What does it mean? You know, it's a step on a very long journey. And it's been a long journey since we were like 20 playing in a weird band together.
It's called Pizza.
Yep.
It was
to now when, like, you know, houses, relationships pass and eras of life pass, and this is a really notable, great moment. You know, we've been working together for a long time with our brother Steve, who also won this award with us, who couldn't be here tonight. I don't know, it means we should definitely keep going.
I love it. And what would you say to your younger selves, watching you right now?
I would say don't be afraid to take a chance. If there's something that you want to try to do, you can do it, even though it seems like it may be impossible or far away. There is a will, and there's a little bit of risk in there, and you can get to places that you never believed you could.
And why not you, to younger self? Why not? Somebody's got to go do it. Why not you?
Congratulations, first off. How does it feel? Like, where does the excitement stem from?
You know, it's honestly, every time it's a celebration of the people and the work and the teamwork. It's a good reminder to stop and express gratitude for all the people that you work with and all the sacrifices that are made by everybody outside of the team. So that's where the excitement comes in. It's an opportunity to be thankful.
Beautiful. And one question for y'all before we close. What inspires you in the work that you do on the show?
It's art. It's one of those things. We're not flipping burgers or tarring roofs. We're making entertainment and getting paid to do so. And we all have spouses that are very supportive of this because it's hard to explain and justify our jobs sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's a passion for making art and for making people happy and enjoy sounds and music and stuff that we get to work with. Yeah.
This is the third time I've been to the Emmys, but this is the first time I won, so it's the most gratifying experience. Yeah.
my first time, so the fact that it's my first time and we won is kind of crazy. So.
Yeah, good for you, dude.
Thank you so much.
It's my second time and first win, so I'm very excited and just gratified. I'm very excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, thank you all. And then another question before we close too. When you're kind of mixing the sound together, putting it all together, what do you want audiences to take away from the work that you've all done together?
That we didn't do anything. For me, at least for me. I want the audience to think that nothing, like my work that I've labored on, it just goes by unnoticed. The point is, for me at least, it shouldn't be noticeable, the work that I've done. It should just mix with the rest of the show. It should all be a seamless thing. If you hear a bad edit, then I've done my job wrong, you know? That's the point.
Yeah, for me, I would say just be immersed in what's happening on the screen, but also be, like you said, try not to make them hear what we're trying to do to create that immersion, but to just be immersed. So if we did that job, we did it right, so.
That's the point of sound, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're storytellers. We're storytellers, and we want to tell a story, and if you are immersed in the story and if you can feel what's going on, then we've done our job right.
Well, what do you have to say? You're just holding this amazing award for all of the hard work you put in.
It was a team effort. It's crazy to, when you direct really
the biggest part of it is assembling the team around you and trying to support them to be incredible. And I had an incredible team who did amazing work. They're nominated tonight. I mean, cinematography, the editing, the sound, the music, So I just feel really grateful to have been a part of it, and I feel really grateful to have been able to go into documentary filmmaking is special because you can go into the lives and into the minds and the philosophies of people who have accomplished incredible things with their lives, and share this wisdom to you. So it's just like, it's a really enriching experience to do it. And so it's just a dream. Yeah.
Beautiful. And as a director, have you accomplished your goal yet?
Have I accomplished my goal? I guess I need to probably spend some time to figure out to articulate exactly what my goal is. But this is very special. I'll say that.
It adds to it. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations. Please celebrate yourself and the hard work you've put in.
Thank you.
It's really just amazing to think that a couple years ago, during the pandemic era, we still were able to assemble a writer's room. And this is what happened at the end of it. So it's just great. We're thrilled. Yeah.
And as a team together, how do you work from, I guess, during COVID to even now and seeing all your progress come to life?
It's
very collaborative. It's incredibly collaborative, and I mean, I just there's so much of thinking out loud and processing out loud and throwing ideas at the wall, just trying to see what sticks. I mean, we've got two incredible head writers here in Dave and Ryan, so it's just, it's so much fun. It doesn't feel like work.
That's what you are, right? Give us one or two, I guess, words of advice you can kind of give us to your younger selves that you wish, you would have known, and standing here today holding a damn Emmy.
Really to any creatives out there, the world actually needs us, despite what others would lead you to believe. The world does need us, so keep doing it. Yeah.
Another win for the series. I mean, it's a big night. How does it feel to win your award for your category?
It feels like I'm in a dream. And I'm waking up and 20 years of hard work and it pays off, and so that the rest of all South Africans out there can also have a dream to win an Emmy.
When you were working on set, did you ever know it would go this far?
Never, because the budget was so tight. It was hard work. A lot of our sets were all broken and falling apart, so we had to re-establish old sets and build a world that doesn't exist in Angola. So we had to rebuild this world and try and gather information from historians and from library books. So it was a challenge. So yeah.
Bertie, you were joining us back right here on the carpet with an Emmy. How does it feel?
It's a lot heavier than I expected. Yeah, it's very cool. Bit surreal. It feels like not that long ago we were in Antarctica, not able to feel our hands, trying to keep these amazing killer whales in our frames and in focus, and now here we are. Very cool.
Holding a camera to holding an Emmy.
Yeah, very cool. And I'm glad I'm a lot warmer now than when I was filming for this show.
Amazing. And you have this great spirit. How do you kind of keep that spirit alive when you're working some of these really dangerous sets, but also crazy nights?
Yeah, I think what I would say in terms of danger is that, being here is far more scary and terrifying than anywhere out in Antarctica around icebergs and killer whales. I think it's, I think the reason that we are the way we are and just stoked is that we feel very fortunate that we get to go to these wild places and hopefully bring them back to people's living rooms so they can get excited and inspired to do their bit to look after these places.
Amazing. And obviously the Emmy is the win tonight. What is next for you and what you're up to?
Well, two very exciting projects. I've been working on a project called Secrets of the Penguins, which comes out early next year. Very exciting on Disney+. And we also have just been recommissioned to shoot another season of Animals Up Close. So hopefully in a year or two's time, we'll be back here to hopefully get some more of these. It'd be pretty cool.
So you're back with your team in your fabulous dress, celebrating what? What did you just win?
I'm so excited. We won! What were you saying?
Did you expect this?
Oh my God, I didn't expect it. I mean, I was up against some fabulous competition, and I'm just so grateful. Honor, we all worked so hard. We all had such beautiful work, and I'm just grateful to take it home.
Where are you putting it?
This one, I gotta find a place, because, we got another one from last year. I'll find a perfect place.
I love it. And so how are you going to celebrate tonight, you and your fabulous team?
My mom is actually in town, so she's here tonight. So I don't know. We're going to hit the town.
Well, Congratulations, and please just keep celebrating you. And you are joining us back on the red carpet with an Emmy. How does it feel holding it?
Astonishing. I was just saying that the best description of how I feel is the stunned expression on my face, if you could find a way to describe that. They always say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, the stunned expression on my face of disbelief is really the best description of how I feel right now. It's amazing.
It really is. All of your incredible work, and here we are celebrating you today.
It's wonderful. And, it's the feeling you get sometimes when you see an amazing bird. It's a lot like that. Let me put it that way.
Beautiful. Is there any kind of call or sound of a bird that kind of rings to your ears that makes you feel this way?
Absolutely. The song of a Blackburnian warbler, which the last note slides impossibly high, as if the bird had swallowed a little bit of the setting sun, and that fire in its throat is trying to rise up and return to the sun. And whenever I hear that, that's kind of how I feel right now.
Beautiful. Incredible. So you are here standing before me holding an Emmy.
I'm holding an Emmy, my very first one.
Yeah.
For outstanding short form for the film that I made called The Dads. And honestly, this 11-minute film has changed so many lives, most especially the 6 dads who gathered for a weekend of fishing and opening up about their trans children and all of their fears and the journey they took to get to unconditional love. It's a film about love and what it takes, and it's a lot of love to make a film, to have people join you in the journey, and we're just beaming that love out to the world. That's what this Emmy represents. It means this film is going to continue to find audiences and hopefully change the conversation.
Beautiful. I mean, you can see the passion and love in your eyes as you're speaking today. So congratulations to you and your team, and thank you for your mission and what you do.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
Thank you all. You just won an Emmy. How does it feel?
It feels incredible. It's unbelievable. So proud of the whole team.
What do you tell yourself and your team when you wake up each day and do what you do?
We do it with love, we do it with intention, we do it with respect, and we're a very close team, and we just have a lot of love for what we do.
That's what you want, right?
That's why we won.
Amazing. Well, congratulations, and please celebrate you and your hard work tonight.
Well, and thanks to our North Star, Oprah Winfrey.
You are here with your team holding an Emmy.
Yes, we're so excited. We're so grateful. We are in shock right now, but we're very happy.
I heard those beautiful screams of joy.
Yes.
I love it. So what does it say about you and your team and what you're up to next?
Well, Hack My Home is all about using creative, innovative ways to maximize every square inch of footage in your house, and I feel like everyone is trying to do that nowadays. And so we challenged ourselves every single day. We're super excited to just, make sure that we made all the things, think outside of 4 walls and 4 boxes in a box, and did all those things to make that happen. And we were super excited to just keep doing that and to be part of a team and to keep, hacking homes if we can. Yes! Yeah.
It's in the title. It's in the title.
Yeah. It's in our title.
Bertie, you and your team are not only taking 1 Emmy home, but 2 tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to need some more excess baggage on the plane home. Yeah, very, very cool.
TSA has to let you take those through, right?
They're quite sharp. Can you take these through? I don't know. We'll find out.
Find out. Well, what does it mean to you and your team to be holding these Emmys tonight and knowing all that you've put together?
Yeah, I mean, it's an amazing celebration of the massive team that go into putting this together, from our local teams all around the world, the boat captains, the scientists, the local people, the guides that we used, to all of our team back home in Bristol. There's just a massive number of humans that go into making these shows, and to win these is very cool.
Amazing. And what message do you have to your younger self that you would love to share with audiences who are looking to be inspired today?
I think I was very fortunate that I have a thing that I love doing, and that I get to do that as a job. So I guess my message would be, if there's something that you love doing, do it, because, I promise you won't regret it.
So you were standing here with your team celebrating tonight.
Yes.
How does this feel to you?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, it's nice to win. It's always good to win. You know, we win the ratings and we win now in statues.
You win the heart.
Fifth win.
What does number 5 mean to you?
It means one more than I had last week.
I love it. And are you doing what you're doing at the show? And have you achieved the mission that you set out to do? Have you achieved your mission that you set out to do with the show?
How do I show the emotion?
Have you achieved your mission with the show?
Oh, I see. Well, everybody works together, you know, and we're all after the same thing, and they all enjoy their jobs. And that's really what counts.
It really is. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
The team is all here holding this Emmy together. What does it mean to you?
You know, it's been a few years of work, but it comes at the cost of a war going on in Ukraine, frankly. So it's no question has a bittersweet feel to it. We're obviously thrilled about winning this because it gets the story out and it gets more exposure for what's going on in Ukraine. And I know my Ukrainian friends, our Ukrainian friends, are thrilled about it. They're thrilled for the attention and the idea that what they're doing is important, being recognized around the world. So from that standpoint, it's super exciting. It really is, yeah.
What inspiration, and what do you hope for next to achieve with your project?
Oh, well, we start filming. Actually, we head off to Iceland to start filming our next season in 3 days. So, yeah, it'd all jump on the road again. So, yeah, we just want to keep getting out there and telling the stories of people around the world, yeah.
Definitely. Is the Emmy coming on the road with everyone and the whole team?
Yeah, we got to travel this, right? Yeah, that's the only way it's going to work. Yeah, absolutely. It's like the Stanley Cup. Everyone's going to take it home for a little while, yeah.
So you're here holding an Emmy. What's your first thought?
I cannot believe this has happened. I stood at the Women's March in 2017 and went, what am I waiting for? I teach kindergarten full-time, but I've always wanted to make movies and get back into film, which is what my original degree was. And so I just started. And this was a story that my mom told me about a civil rights case that was swept under the rug. And nobody was talking about it in Rochelle, New York much. And I just started asking my classmates and then found more people and more people and more people. And this story just needed to be unburied. So we did it.
You really did do it. And so where is this Emmy going to go?
This Emmy's coming to my classroom in LA Unified. Emelita, shout out to Emelita Elementary School. And I'm going to show it to all the kids, and maybe I'll sit it on the principal's desk for a day. Who knows?
I love it. What advice do you have for your students who are looking to achieve their dreams as you are doing today?
I tell them there's no limits. I tell them not to let one mistake stop them. I tell them that going over something again and again and again only makes it better. Practice doesn't make perfect, it just makes more creative things. And we talk that way all the time.
And you're back holding an Emmy.
I mean, I can't, words can't even express how proud and humbled I am. Just such an amazing night. I'm just so excited. My heart's racing. It's just awesome to be recognized. And, you know, just it really means that dreams could come true. Like anything with hard work and dedication can really happen.
It's so true. And this is where your love of food takes you. It takes you to win an Emmy.
I know. I mean, I just never thought that I would have an Emmy, but you know what? I couldn't be prouder. I couldn't be happier. And I'm just so happy to the fans. You know, I do it for them, and I put all my heart in it. And, you know, it's an amazing night.
You can tell. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And that wraps up our night. Congratulations to all the Emmy Award winners, and see you soon.